this episode, the Cap d'Agde emergency station comes to the aid of a family in distress on a yacht. A daring nighttime rescue on a raging sea when seasickness hits everyone hard.
I'm sorry, there's vomit everywhere.
Ma'am, you don't have a life jacket. Stay inside.
The Cannes lifeboat crew is tasked to assist a 75-ton luxury yacht that is run aground on a sandbank. This unprecedented situation is not without danger. In Saint-Jean-de-Luz, the local lifeboat crew work alongside the coast's firefighters for the first time. Man overboard, drowning, risk of paralysis. They have to find solutions to all sorts of nightmare scenarios.
I've got the blue rope. I'm holding it. I'm holding it. I can't pull. I can't pull.
Lastly, the Cap d'Agde lifeboat crew assists an exhausted skipper adrift at sea. It's an absolute emergency.
Sit down there. I'll take care of everything. I'll secure you just in case.
Alert in the Mediterranean off Cap d'Agde, a yacht in distress with 4 people aboard, including 2 children and 2 dogs.
SNS 211, this is Cross. You are requested to locate and assist 4 persons in distress on a white 6.75-meter yacht. Over.
Roger, we're on our way.
Each rescue station operates under the authority of CROSS, the French Regional Rescue and Surveillance Operational Center, which receives distress calls, which it passes to lifeguards in the relevant zone. Visibility is poor tonight, and the sea rescuers have to hang on for dear life in the cockpit.
My name's Teddy Perret. I'm 29 and second in command. It was December 27th, 2 days after Christmas. Nighttime rescues always trigger a massive adrenaline rush.
The summer season accounts for 60% of the Cap d'Agde lifeboat crew's annual rescue missions. But those conducted in winter are far more dangerous. Less than 20% of rescues occur at night in stormy conditions.
Watch out, guys!
My name is Michel Mathieu Godet. I'm the station's operations manager. When we're called out in winter, search and rescue missions tend to be tougher. And we have to be all the more vigilant because the atmospheric conditions aren't the same as in the summer months.
A southwesterly force 6 gale is blowing, and there's a violent swell with waves topping 2 meters.
It's drifting towards Marseille.
Call them on their cell and ask them if they can see our lights.
No GPS position has been communicated. It's pitch dark. There are very few boats out at sea. Locating the yacht is problematic.
There, I can see it. Where the light is.
Are you sure you got a visual?
Yes, that's it. Over there where the light is.
It takes the lifeboat crew 20 minutes to locate the yacht in distress.
It's right on the edge. We've got to hurry.
Okay.
This is an emergency. The boat in distress is on the edge of a fishing zone that is out of bounds to pleasure craft and extremely dangerous.
We'll launch the inflatable.
On the way, the 2-meter waves swamp the semi-rigid inflatable boat, or SRIB, on the lifeboat's afterdeck with water. It has to be bailed out before it can be launched.
We're good to go.
Mind your fingers. Pull the cord.
We're ready.
Untie us. Cast us off.
2 crewmen climb into the SRIB and head to the yacht.
Away you go.
Where is it? Isn't that it?
I hate working nights.
I don't know why, but this stinks. It's much harder to locate vessels at night simply because there's less visibility. Over there, over there. Slightly to the right. To the right, there. They must be soaked. Took us at least 10 minutes to come alongside the stricken vessel.
How's the boat positioned?
It's facing away from us.
Are we at the bow or the stern?
The stern.
Don't take any chances.
Stand back. Damn. Reaching and coming alongside the yacht in distress was really complicated because it still had its sails up, and the caller couldn't lower them. To the starboard side, John. Or the port side. The wind is pulling to the left. Hello? Is everyone all right?
Yes?
Is anyone injured?
No, no one's hurt.
Okay, who's sick? Pretty much everyone, I imagine?
Yes, I'm sorry, there's vomit everywhere.
Don't worry, I'm used to it.
Even the dogs are sick.
That's normal. Everyone was sick. It wasn't a very pleasant sight. There was vomit everywhere. But we just did what we had to do. We forgot about it, we put our feelings aside, and got on with the job. Just the main sail is pulling now.
You've got to lower it. Teddy, drop the mainsail so we can stop the boat.
Hang on, I don't know how. Wait, kid.
Antoine, hang on.
Stay at the back. Get back over there. The first thing we had to do was stop the boat by lowering the sails. Hold on to it.
Let go of it.
If I let go, the sail will blow away.
Let go.
Do you have any bits?
What do you mean?
Bits of rope, anything. Is that all you have?
Yes.
Fetch me the tensioners. Given the state of the boat and the lack of equipment, we applied Article 22, which basically means everyone improvises. I'm sorry, I shouldn't really be doing what I'm doing, but I don't have any choice.
Yes, I know.
The main sail is rolled and held in place with tensioners. The family has virtually no equipment on board.
Ma'am, do you have a life jacket?
No, we don't have enough.
John! Radio, there aren't enough life jackets for everyone. Ma'am, you don't have a life jacket. Stay inside. Carrying out rescue operations at night is much riskier. For instance, if someone falls overboard, it's much harder to locate them in the dark. So obviously at night, you have to be far more vigilant than in daytime. Is this your first time out at sea?
Yes.
We were sailing along the coast, then we turned around, and on the way back, the wind ripped the sail off. We couldn't do a thing.
Small yachts like this aren't designed for rough weather. But never mind. You have a story to tell now. The main thing is, no one was hurt. Is it just you three?
No.
Our young son is below deck.
I didn't see him. Are you all right, son? It was the family's first time out in their boat. The error the family made was to not check the weather before they put out to sea. And that's a huge mistake, which nearly cost them their lives.
Given the sea conditions, another trip in the SRIB would be too risky.
We couldn't transfer the family to the lifeboat because the sea was too rough. Got it!
The second lifeboat crewman cannot return to the lifeboat either, so he ties the SRIB to the yacht and climbs aboard.
We'll come closer.
Yes, okay.
Even though the yacht is on the edge of a dangerous fishing zone, the lifeboat takes the risk of getting as close as possible to it to throw the two ropes to the crewmen aboard.
Stay below deck. You didn't drop anchor, did you?
No.
You're not at anchor, are you?
No.
It was a pretty tricky maneuver given the terrible conditions that night. There are so many things to assess, the drift, the wind, and the waves, to ensure you throw the tow rope at the right moment.
Go on, grab it! Grab it!
I've got it!
Pull it! Pull it!
Attaching the tow rope to the boat is problematic. The cleats are very narrow. The lifeboat crewman can't get the knot to hold and has to start over several times.
This is the diver.
You attach the tow rope.
Affirmative. The tow rope is attached. The tow rope is attached.
Watch out, it's gonna be bumpy. Hang on tight.
The launch starts to tow the yacht.
The cleat to which we tied the tow rope was an old cleat and in danger of breaking at any moment. We headed home ever so slowly and took every precaution. Try to relax, okay? Everything will be fine.
Even though the yacht is towed slowly, the family, who have been seasick for almost 6 hours already, all experience nausea and vomiting.
Do you have any health issues?
No.
I think she's going to be sick.
I'm sorry.
That's all right, it's normal. Don't worry. Just warn me so I don't get showered. Don't worry about it, it's nothing.
On the boat, you have to secure yourself. Keep warm and watch out for the water, the sea's temperature, which is cold.
Are you all right, ma'am? How about you, sir?
Everyone was tossed about, but each crew member has a specific role. Everyone knows exactly what they have to do.
Young man, put this around you. Is the kid below deck okay?
The two rescuers and the family are tossed about on the waves in the cold.
211, this is the casualty vessel.
211, go ahead.
Try to reduce your speed because it's hell for the individuals below deck. We're being tossed all over.
Roger.
The tow was really long and physically demanding.
At long last, the lifeboat crew make out the lights at the harbor entrance. A successful 2.5-hour rescue mission for our lifesavers.
I've never been so pleased to see the harbor before.
My God.
The yacht was towed back to the harbor of Cap d'Agde. The entire operation was well executed.
We're pleased to have done our duty. Feels good when you get home to know you have rescued a family.
Alert on the Riviera at the Cannes lifeboat station. A yacht has run aground on a sandbank off a nearby island.
What's Cross saying? My name is Didier, and I'm the acting coxswain. 3:25 p.m. Cross asked us to assist a stranded yacht.
Could we have more information about the stranded boat, please?
It's a 27-meter yacht. The 7 persons aboard are all safe.
Cast off.
In the Alpes Maritimes department, for the 6 yacht rental companies in Cannes, the summer accounts for 60% of their total annual revenue. Their luxury boats occasionally get into trouble and require assistance. Every year, the Cannes lifeboat crew is called out to assist this type of boat. For this operation, which involves towing a 27-meter yacht, the A-class lifeboat is deployed. It has already towed over 100 vessels. The crew heads to the zone off Sainte Marguerite Island, a very popular spot. Due to the strong currents, a yacht ran aground on a sandbank south of the island half an hour ago.
Apparently it's pitching a bit.
Yes.
But it's stuck.
This luxury charter boat transports the super rich for 5,000 euros a day. The people aboard today wanted to swim close to the island, and the yacht got stuck on a sandbank. The A-class lifeboat needs to get as close as possible to the yacht. To assess the situation, it has to approach with extreme caution in order to avoid hitting the sandbank and getting into trouble itself.
Hello. Are you touching the sandbank?
A bit, yes.
We came alongside the vessel and made contact with those aboard. So listen, what we're going to do is try to pull you out by the stern. There was evidently not enough water. So our initial idea was to try to pull out the boat by the stern. Go on, a lot of slack.
Go on.
Okay.
That's it. We can start pulling.
Give us some slack.
The lifeboat has already towed boats weighing up to 80 tons on the water. This yacht weighs 75 tons, but it's out of the water, stuck on the sandbank. So there's no buoyant force to reduce its weight.
The length of the boat and its tonnage don't pose a problem for us when the boat is in water. But in this instance, we were dealing with a boat that had run aground, so it was basically above water. We knew the rescue would be extremely tricky.
It's on the tow hook.
You can start towing, Didier.
Power on.
Give us some slack.
We secured the tow rope and started using all our lifeboat's engine power to try to shift the yacht.
Start it up again. Go on.
Mind out, you two, watch out! Get out of the way! Get out!
Don't stay there. Go to the passageway.
Damn, it's really stuck. It's not moving.
Despite being pulled for over 10 minutes at 15 knots, the yacht is still stuck on the sandbank.
It's stuck.
Damn, I thought we'd succeed. Our attempt failed. The boat didn't move at all, so we decided to try pulling it by the bow.
Both. One on the port side, one on starboard.
With the help of the yacht crew, the tow rope is secured at the front of the vessel.
We're good to go.
Power on.
That ought to do it.
All we need now is a wave to lift it, and it'll come free.
A swell with 1.5 meter waves can make the maneuver easier.
It's turning a bit.
The boat started to turn, and that gave us a bit of hope.
The stern is moving, though. It should work. We'll use the waves. Do you want to try that way? I'll free you, then you can go that way a bit to see.
We tried to line up the boat with the waves, to use the waves to help us.
The crew makes over 20 attempts to refloat the boat, but fails.
With that wave there. Shit. Damn, it's turning with the wind.
Nothing worked. We tried to refloat the boat for almost an hour.
After being pulled for an hour, the yacht still doesn't budge. But it does change direction.
It's pivoting. It's pivoting.
The boat pivoted, and when a boat pivots, it means that part of the hull is resting on the bottom. So I was still hopeful that we could free it.
Let's give it another try.
Here goes.
The skipper decides to maximize the towing power. He revs up the engine to 25 knots.
Shit. We went a bit too fast and the tow rope broke.
When you're towing, there's a point when there's so much strain on the rope that it snaps back like a whip. It can be extremely dangerous, even fatal, for the crew on the afterdeck.
The crew must haul up the tow rope fast, because it could easily get stuck in the propeller and disable the lifeboat.
Let's do a bowline knot, okay? We didn't have another tow rope on board, so we had to use the broken one. We needed to quickly tie a bowline knot, as well as a towing bridle, with a loop on the back and a loop on the front to form a V, and to try to pull the boat sideways.
An emergency tow rope is tied to the end of the cable and divides into 2 parts of equal length. The idea is to pull the 2 ends of the yacht at the same time in order to tip it to the side and so free it from the sandbank.
Okay, that's it. I'm powering up.
God damn it, I don't believe it.
Damn, that's the wrong way.
It's going to work. It has to. We'll shift it.
Oh, the back's coming free. Or am I seeing things?
I get the impression it's moving. Yes! It's free! The boat came free. And we couldn't have been happier if it had been our own vessel.
Crossmed, this is SNS 262.
Go ahead.
We've managed to pull the boat clear. I'm towing it to deeper water. We did it.
Okay, great.
Well done. Good job. Okay, watch out.
Okay, and power on.
After a 2-hour operation, the yacht is finally refloated. It can now be towed by the bow back to port. The harbor master's office has told the lifeboat crew where they can find a berth large enough to easily moor the 27-meter yacht.
We moored the boat in the harbor basin. A port diver was then called to carry out an inspection of the hull, and it turned out the boat had sustained no damage whatsoever. It was a double victory for us, as we got the boat and the crew safely back to port. What's more, the yacht could go right on sailing. So a smooth rescue mission and a successful outcome.
A training exercise gets underway at the Saint-Jean-de-Luz lifeboat station in the Basque Country. The local lifeboat crew is working alongside the coast's firefighters for the first time. Although their work techniques differ, they will carry out a rescue exercise together in dangerous waters.
Call the firefighters.
Channel 3007, over.
Roger, rescue operation. Grounded boat in Dig Sainte Barbe.
Saint-Jean-de-Luz lifeboat station has some 24 volunteers on call 24 hours a day. To respond quickly and effectively to all rescue situations, they do training exercises the first Sunday of every month.
My name's Peo Blanc. I'm 37 and a professional firefighter. I wanted to organize this joint training exercise, local lifeboat crew and firefighters, because we're often called out on emergencies together, and we're not that familiar with each other's work methods.
This exercise involves 6 firefighters and 9 lifeboat crew. The rescue team races out to sea on the all-weather lifeboat at a speed of 25 knots.
There, look, straight ahead.
Okay. And that small inlet.
This training exercise simulates a real-life rescue scenario. A father and his 2 sons have gone out fishing, but their boat has capsized due to the strong waves and currents. 2 men are in the water and 1 is stranded in a small inlet with a boat. Everyone has to act fast because if this was not an exercise, the 3 men's lives would be in danger.
We chose this particular spot for the exercise because it's at the foot of a cliff, so it's hard to reach by land, and the fact that it's surrounded by shallows means it's hard to reach by sea, too. So the approach is pretty difficult all in all.
Upon arriving at the scene, the priority is to rescue the 2 men in the water. One of them is spotted on the surface. The quickest way to reach him is the firefighter's jet ski. At the same time, on the all-weather boat, the team comes up with an emergency strategy to locate the second man in the water. He has disappeared, so it's highly likely he is drowned.
The spot where the individual went under is that buoy. Can you all see it? Aim for the fluorescent buoy, okay? What we're going to do to find him is to carry out a circular search once we've done an initial recce on the buoy itself, okay, guys?
My name is Jean-François. I'm a lifeboat crewman as well as a ship swimmer and diver. We were briefed by a firefighter. Then we carried out an underwater search because we couldn't see anything from the surface.
3 lifeguards and 4 firefighters conduct an underwater search.
We decided to do a circular search rather than a straight line search. So we 4 divers were evenly spaced at a distance of 2.5 meters from each other. We then conducted a 360-degree sweep. So we covered about 10 meters with each revolution.
In this circular search, all the divers hold the line that is attached to a central point. They turn side by side like the hands of a watch and unreel another section of the line with each sweep. During this dive, the main danger is the proximity of the coast. Visibility is poor, and there's a strong current. It's possible the victim's body has been carried away.
We did 3 full revolutions, and we found the victim closer to the coast. He was at the bottom, stuck in a crack.
A parachute is sent to the surface to indicate that the victim has been found.
There's the parachute in front of the inflatable. They found him.
The 2 men in the water have been recovered, but the 3rd man is still with the boat on the beach, and he is seriously injured.
Take that with you on the boat. I'll drop you a few meters from the beach, and then you can swim to shore.
Got it.
The firefighters' SRIB provides backup to the lifeboat crewmen close to the beach to bring the victim back to the lifeboat and administer life-saving first aid.
My name's Johan Etchegoyen. I'm a first responder diver. We headed to the rocks with a spine board and a floating basket stretcher so that we could evacuate the victim in the best possible conditions.
Second diver. The stretcher, Beignet.
You can land there, I think. On reaching the scene, after the initial assessment of the victim, we realized he had paresthesia on the upper and lower limbs. Paresthesia, which is the feeling of tingling or pins and needles, can be the sign of a spinal cord lesion.
Transferring a victim who is in danger of paralysis to the lifeboat is a task that must be carried out with extreme precision. The victim has to be kept as still as possible.
I'll go to the port side.
In a real-life situation, an individual with an SCI, a spinal cord injury, can end up tetraplegic or paraplegic if they are not moved correctly.
Try to put it across the boat, okay?
Are you all right, sir? No, relax. Everything will be fine. You're cold. That's normal. You'll be fine. He's cold. Pass me that blanket. It's there. We quickly forgot it was a training exercise. We were totally focused on the task at hand.
His pulse rate is 75, perfectly normal.
We made sure to cover the victim with a survival blanket, then, following the commander's instructions, headed to the all-weather lifeboat to hoist the victim aboard. More slack, more slack! We're going aboard the Pierre Loti. Give me the blue end there. We have a 4-point lifting bridle. The 4 points descend simultaneously so that the victim can be lifted vertically and then rotated in order to be brought aboard and placed at the back of the boat. There's a whole series of important safety precautions. You can't just rush them. You have to make sure you do the right thing at the right moment.
Put him inside.
It has taken 2 hours to recover all 3 victims. Their boat has to be retrieved now.
Once we'd rescued the victims, we then set about retrieving the boat that was at the foot of the cliff with the assistance of the local stations Pierre Loti Lifeboat and SRIB.
Take the tow rope.
Will you try to get close?
Yes, as close as possible.
The jet ski will take us close to shore and we'll pull the line all the way out.
Yes?
The team embarks on their mission to tow the boat that is grounded in the small inlet. The SRIB carries the tow rope that is attached to the all-weather lifeboat and pulls it as far as possible. But it can't take the risk of entering the inlet. It has to remain at a distance of 25 meters from the shore, otherwise it could run aground. The 2 lifeboat crewmen will have to swim to shore, pulling the rope with them.
My name is Benyat Peruria. I'm a lifeboatman and diver. I jumped into the water with my partner to take the tow rope to shore. I realized that it was going to be really challenging because of the distance between the boat and the shore. Take over! We can't pull it!
What's wrong?
Grab the rope! Help us!
The wind is blowing at 60 kilometers per hour. The current is growing stronger. And uncoiled over 200 meters on the rough sea, the 4-centimeter thick tow rope weighs more than 150 kilos.
Because of the distance and the weight of the rope, it was a real struggle to reach the shore, but we managed eventually. Loti, you can start pulling.
The grounded boat will now be towed by the bow back to port. A successful training exercise completed in just 3.5 hours.
The exercise was just like a real-life situation. There was a real understanding between everyone who took part in it. It was a wholly positive experience. And we all worked together and listened to each other.
It was a really positive joint exercise with the firefighters. It made us realize that we see things in the same way. Our aim is to save lives. Combining our different work methods was a very enriching experience.
Mayday in the Hérault at the Cap d'Agde lifeboat station. A man is adrift on his yacht. He needs urgent assistance.
Crossmed, this is 211, go ahead.
SNS 211, this is Cross. We need you to tow an 11-meter yacht. 1 person aboard, currently adrift. Do you copy?
Roger, Crossmed.
Is the guy alone aboard?
Yes.
At 5 p.m., we were paged to go to the aid of a yacht with 1 person aboard. The individual was tired and sick. The wind was up, and the sea conditions were getting rough.
Most often, the Cap d'Agde lifeboat crew is called out to assist boats that have sustained damage. Only 1 in 10 calls are to assist injured or sick crew or skippers. The lifeboat crew has the yacht's GPS position. It is 5 miles out to sea. They reach the area in just 15 minutes. The boat's skipper has been hit by a swell that appeared out of nowhere. Exhausted and seasick, he cannot raise his sails and head back to port.
Crossmed, this is 211. We have just located the yacht. We're next to it.
We're coming.
He's wearing his life jacket.
I'll come with you.
Come on, let's go.
The 3 lifeboat crew heading to the skipper in difficulty are equipped with all the necessary gear. A thermal wetsuit, a life jacket, a VHF radio, a GPS watch, a flashlight with fluorescent dye markers, and a hard hat.
3 of us set sail. Jonathan and Victor were with me. I'll go downwind.
Okay.
Climb aboard as soon as you can.
Wait.
I'm Victor Pravrovsky. I'm 25 years old and a lifeboatman. The most challenging part of this rescue was the really big waves. We had to choose the right moment to transfer the skipper to the Pierre Loti.
Hang on. There's one coming. Go on that one, go. We headed to the collar and Jonathan climbed aboard.
Hello, sir. Are you sick? Sit down there. I'll take care of everything, okay? I'm going to secure you, just in case.
We noticed that the person was seasick, disoriented, and panicking about the fact he had been unable to return to port under his own steam.
On this rough sea, it would be too dangerous to transfer the captain to the lifeboat. The weather conditions are far from ideal. The boat is rocking violently from side to side. Jonathan is struggling to stay upright.
Jonathan just took a tumble. You okay?
I'm reeling from the blow. I went flying.
When a crew member falls in those kinds of conditions, it's pretty challenging. The yacht was being hit by the waves and rocking violently from side to side. You can fall overboard, hurt yourself, sustain quite serious injuries.
The 2 lifeguards on the SRIB do not take their eyes off their crewmate and remain close to the yacht for the duration of the rescue operation.
Cut the engine.
Okay.
Jonathan, this is 211. We're going to hand you the tow rope downwind of the yacht at the front. Downwind of the yacht.
The lifeboat cannot get close enough to the yacht to hand Jonathan the tow rope, so the SRIB takes it to him.
Handing over the tow rope.
"211, I have the tow rope. I have the tow rope."
Okay, roger.
While the exhausted skipper tries to fight seasickness by focusing on the horizon, Jonathan attaches the tow rope to the cleats at the front of the yacht.
211, tow rope attached, tow rope attached.
The yacht must have been 12 meters or so and about 10 tons. The length, where the weight is, where it makes a difference, it's exactly when the sea isn't calm. We let out more tow rope. We use a really long tow rope in order to absorb the shocks you can get between the waves.
I have about 30 to 40 centimeters of slack either side of the bridle.
To tow the yacht, the tow rope is fully extended to almost 200 meters. On a rough sea like this, to make sure the towage operation is proceeding smoothly, the lifeboat crew check the yacht's position by using the anchor hanging from its bow as their point of reference.
Is the bridle properly centered on both sides, or is it only on the anchor side?
Negative. It's jumped and has gone under the port side.
Because of the waves and strong currents, the yacht is not in line with a lifeboat. It is veering off course to port.
If the boat is not in line with the lifeboat, the danger is that this will place additional strain on the tow rope and cause it to break.
We're going to stop towing because you're veering to port. It is kind of dangerous.
Okay, roger. Tell me when you cut your engine.
The lifeboat stops towing. Jonathan tries to attach the tow ropes another way. to ensure the yacht stays in line.
Roger, we'll start her up.
This time, the yacht stays in line with a lifeboat. Jonathan has to make sure the yacht's helm is amidships for the duration of the operation, to prevent another drift.
Because of the conditions that day, we towed at a speed of about 4 knots. We let out virtually all the tow rope so that it would absorb every shock. So it was a pretty difficult voyage back to port.
It takes an hour and 15 minutes to tow the yacht the 5 miles back to port. Another successful mission for our lifesavers.
I felt pretty good after the rescue operation, as we managed to bring a tired and exhausted mariner safely back to port.
A family in distress in the middle of a storm. A yacht stuck on a sandbank. A skipper in difficulty. Whatever the conditions or the type of intervention, lifeguards never give up and always carry their mission through to the end.